We are going to use the South Dakota IEP Forms and Technical Assistance Guide, and that is all available on this website. I have a link to it in a text comment for you, and you can see the website name or URL up at the top. And so there are a variety of forms that we are going to be using, and when you click on one of those plus signs, it will expand to show you what is there. So under our documents, we have the IEP Technical Assistance Guide. When you click on that, it will download to your computer, and that is part of your required reading. And it really just walks you through everything that you need to know about the IEP process and how to complete forms. So here's what that technical assistance guide will look like. And when you get into it, don't skip this introductory information. You have test questions about it. I can't be much clearer than that. So make sure that you read through this information to understand the IEP process. And then we have the contents here, and it's really nice because it's all laid out in order for you. These are the directions for completing each section of the IEP. So we'll talk about it in our upcoming voice threads. You have this written guide, and then the appendix is extremely important. It's got forms for you that you're going to use, and it has some example statements of how you would write things like annual goals and descriptions of services. So this document is extremely helpful to you as you work on your IEP assignment. In this same section, you'll also find an eligibility guide and some eligibility tools and resources, and we will be taking a look again at those as we fill out different parts of the IEP. So this is the eligibility tools and resources. Some of this you won't really need, but like here we have rules and information for the diagnosis of speech language impairment, and when I hit control and I click just on that title, it takes me right to that page. So some of this information will be very important to you as you try to complete parts of the IEP. In that same section of documents, we have the SPED reporting sheet, I think it was called. I'll take a look at it in a minute. This is one of the forms that you're going to need for your IEP assignment. SPED reporting sheet, so you will need that. You shouldn't need the accommodation manual. We're not going to have to worry about webinars. Let's go down to referral and eligibility first. So there's a referral for special education form, and you will need that form. And then there's a determination of eligibility form. So there's a long form which you can choose to use, or if your student has a speech language impairment, you can just use that one, and it is a short form. Under the IEP program forms section, there is a copy of the IEP form, and you will be filling that out. You will not need these other three forms, to my knowledge anyway. And then if we go to notices and consent, you're going to need a meeting notice, a prior parental notice, written consent for evaluation. You'll need just a regular parent prior notice written form. Let's see, consent for initial provision of special education services. We won't need the revocation or the Spanish form there. So, several forms, and I will be pointing them out to you as we go along, but make sure you have this page bookmarked. Let's see, school-based Medicaid information. We have a Medicaid consent form that you will need there, and honestly, I haven't looked at useful links for a while. Oh, related services guide might be important too. So this is where you're going to go to find all of the forms that you need for the rest of your IEP unit.